So welcome, welcome. This is our strength and stretch. Again, just sets of weights for total body. I've got 5, 8s, and 12. So if you're gonna go heavier or lower, you can grab one set and use that throughout the entire duration, or you can grab multiple sets. Totally up to you. Let's go ahead and drive our knees up towards our chest. Flexing our toes, warming up our lower body. Our theme today, you're gonna find it every other move, we're gonna add a high knee. All right, on the next one, we're gonna drive that knee up and over to a side lunge, deep bend into that knee, come back to center. Switching sides. Really get that knee up and open. One more time on each side. On the next one, come down to a low wide squat, heels in, toes out, feet wider than your hips. Tiny circle with your arms, palms facing down. Reverse that direction. With your arms still up to a T, deep bend and extend to both knees for 3. That's 2. Hold the bend the knees, reach down, tap towards the opposite inside foot, come back to standing. Pressing the hips back, reaching down, back to center. One more time on each side. As you come back to center, deep bend the knees, hinge forward at your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug, squeeze your shoulder blades together as you open your arms to the sky. One more. Toe heel your feet in, draw your right foot forward, heel down, toes lift, sweep both arms down and up for 3. And 2. On the next one, cross body, reach left elbow to right toes, press your right hip back. Lower your right foot with your left hand. Slide your right foot in, circle out your right ankle, switch directions. Right foot down, left foot forward, heel down, toes up, sweep it down and up for 3. And 2. On the next one, right elbow to left toes, press that left hip back. Now lower your left toes using your right hand. Slide your left foot in, circle it out. All right, we're gonna start up with upper body and core. One way in each hand, we've got a narrow row. From that row, we're gonna go into a narrow squat with the row. Come up. Standing curl, knee drive, overhead press, alternating the knees. So grab the weights that you like. I'm going to start with 8. We've got 4 rounds, so I may adjust them. We're going in 3, 2. Here we go. Feet hip width, hinge forward, deep squat. Row it up. Set it down. Knee drive, overhead press. Reset. Reach down, deep squat. Row, drawing those weights in towards your back pocket. Firing up those triceps. Deep bend, row, rise up, knee drive. Hold that knee drive. Press it up overhead. All right, we're halfway. You can always step that foot down as opposed to balancing. Stay with it. You got 4 rounds here. 50 seconds on, 10-second breather. You got it for 3. That's 2. Last one. All right, reset. Finish up where you're at. Shoulders down, back. We're going to repeat that 3 more times. Here we go. Weights by your side. Deep squat. Hold the squat. Row it up. Release it down. Come to standing. Hammer curl. Knee drive. Overhead press. Compound moves today. We're getting total body in. Feel free to adjust your weights at any time. As you come into that squat, weights in your heels. As you rise to stand, keep a micro bend in that standing knee. Flex the knee that's lifted. Keep it going. Narrow squat, row it up. Single knee drive, overhead press. You've got it for 5. Nice, Amy. Last one. Finish up where you're at. Shake it out. We're going for round 3. Find your stance. Shoulders down and back, weights by your side. Deep squat, row it up. Hammer curl, knee drive. Hold the knee, press it overhead. You've got this. Using your lower abs to drive that knee closer up towards the same shoulder. Maybe it's at hip height, maybe higher, maybe lower, your choice. We're halfway. Nice work, way to stay consistent. Rowing those weights into your back pockets, release them down. Hammer curl. Right into that overhead press with that knee drive. Last 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. We got our 4th and final round here, and then we're moving on. Find that stance. Here we go. Squat, narrow row. Rise up, hammer curl, knee drive. Hold the knee, overhead press. Stay with it. Slow it down as much as you need to, but try to keep moving. Narrow row with that squat. Hammer curl as you come to standing. Add that knee drive. Give me an overhead press. Last 15 seconds. You got it. Stay with it. Elbows stay close and towards your body. Last 3, 2. All right, 10-second breather. I'm gonna go down to one heavy weight next. You can hold the weight long ways or vertical. Feet wider than your hips. Chest lifted, we're alternating. Goblet squat, rise up, good morning. So that weight is staying at your heart center. Goblet squat, chest lifted, inner and outer thigh work. Press those hips back, hinge forward. Feet are in a wide stance, wider than your hips, heels in, toes out. As you press your hips back in your good morning, try to sit in that imaginary chair. Imagine you're trying to press your glutes back to that wall behind you. Back is flat, just like a deadlift. Last 7. You got it for 2 and 1. All right. Those are our 2 moves. We're going to repeat it 3 more times. Find that stance, get nice and cozy. Let's start with a good morning this time. Soft bend the knees, hinge forward. Press those glutes back. Nice goblet squat. Chest lifted, sinking those hips down low. As you come into that goblet squat, check in on your form. Can you see your toes as you draw your knees even deeper? You want to make sure that your knees are not tracking inward. They're just tracking over your toes. Last 10. Keep it going. I'm sorry, last 20. Don't know why I saw 20 and said 10. Stay with it. All right, now we got 10. Keep it going, alternating goblet squat into a good morning for 3. That's 2. All right, shake it out. Maybe you want to adjust your weight. Maybe you want to keep it. Find that stance in your feet, widen your hips, heels and toes out. Here we go, goblet squat. And rise, good morning. Press those hips back. Nice, Amy. Great form, keeping that back nice and flat. Keeping your gaze with you as you hinge in that good morning. In that goblet squat, you can always find something to focus on. But keep your gaze moving with your good morning. Stay with it. This is round 2 of 4. Alternating goblet squat to a good morning. Last 5, 3, 2. All right. Halfway, 2 down, 2 to go. Let's start with a good morning this time. Woo, here we go. Hinge forward, flat back, slow and steady. Keep it going. Almost there. so heavy it's hurting my wrist. I'm trying to feel it in my glutes, but I'm feeling it more in my left wrist for some reason. Maybe I'll readjust this. Here we go. Keep it going. 15 more seconds. Goblet squat. Rise up. Good morning hinge. And lift. 5 more seconds. All right, finish up where you're at. We got one more round of this, and then we're moving on, going back to 2 weights. All right, here we go. Goblet squat. Right into a good morning. Feel free to adjust that weight if you'd like. You can go heavier, you can go lighter. You can hold that weight long ways or vertical. Your choice. Keep it going. All right, we're more than halfway. Firing up that lower body. Nice, Amy. 10 more seconds here. You've got it for 5, 3, 2. All right. I'm definitely going to go a little bit longer than my 12s. I'm going to grab my set of 5s. We've got a bicep curl with a knee drive to it, elbows open and closed. So right knee drive, 1.5 curls. As you open the arms, kick that leg forward, bring it down, 1.5 bicep curl, left knee drive. Hold the elbows at 90. Kick that left leg forward, open and close the elbows. So you're opening those arms just like a door hinge. Draw the palms up towards the same shoulder. As you release the arms down, hold it at 90. Kick that leg forward, flexing through your foot as you open and close both arms. All right, reset, shoulders down and back. We got round 2, coming up in 3. Let's start on the left side, palms up, 1.5 curls, flex your left foot, kick it forward, open and close the arms, release it down. Keep it going. We're holding that tension with the bicep curl by holding it 90 degrees. Full bicep curl, extend halfway, palms up. Kick that foot out, open and close both arms. Reset. Draw your navel in toward your spine. Keep those elbows close in toward your body. Very nice, Amy. You've got it for 5. All right, finish up where you're at. Halfway there, roll your shoulders down and back. We're going to start with the right side. Here we go, palm up, 1.5 curls, right knee drive. Kick it forward, open and close the arms. Bring it in, reset. 1.5 curls, left knee drive, open and close. Reset. Make sure you're breathing. Keeping a micro bend in that standing knee. That will help with balance. All right, we got 15 seconds to go. Last 5. That's 2. I'm trying to finish one more. All right, finish up the one that you're on. Reset, shake it out. Last time here. Let's make it our best. Starting on the left side, here we go. 1.5 curls, kick open, bring everything in and lower. Keeping those elbows close in towards your body. We're firing up the lower abs with that knee drive. We're firing up those biceps with our curls. Adding that rotation to include shoulder work. All right, 15 seconds to go. Keep it going. That's it, last 3. Last 2. All right, finish up where you're at. I'm gonna keep these 5s. We have an alternating reverse lunge with an overhead press. We're gonna hold that reverse lunge and we're gonna do a tricep bend and extend. Weights to your shoulders, right leg back, press it up. Pulse that right knee, bend the elbows. Step it in, weights to your shoulders, left leg steps back, reverse lunge. Pulse, elbows bend. Now you can do this with one weight. If you wanna go a little bit heavier, or you can use 2 weights. Overhead press, reverse lunge, tricep bend and extend with that pulse. Keep it going. You've got it. Knuckles to the sky. Alternating that leg stepping back. Pulse it, tricep bend and extend. Reset. Last one. All right, I'm gonna go down to 1 8-pound weight. It's a little bit easier for me to manage the tricep. We're gonna start on that left side. Overhead press, here we go. Reverse lunge, tricep bend and extend. Bring it in, make sure those elbows stay tucked in. As you bend and extend those elbows, you want to keep them close in towards your ears. We're firing up those hamstrings with our lunges. Of course, core work to stabilize yourself in that lunge. And of course, those triceps with that overhead press, bend and extend. Last 10. You've got it for 5. Last 1. Nice work, Amy. All right, we're going for round 3. Coming up next. All right, weights to your shoulders, your heart center. Right foot steps back, tricep bend and extend. Release it down, press it up, left leg back. Tricep bend, pulse, and extend. You've got it. Stay with it. If you don't feel this in your triceps, keep those elbows hugged in towards your ears. Maybe they even touch your ears. You're using 2 weights. You can press those weights together as you reach the arms overhead and come into that tricep. You've got 5 more seconds. All right, finish up where you're at. Woo. Shoulders are on fire. All right, final round right here. Step back with the right. Tricep bend and extend. Maybe you pulse that back knee. Maybe you just hold it in that lunge. Elbows close into your body. Think elbows directly over your shoulders. When that fatigue sets in, that's when you press yourself even harder. Keep it going. You're more than halfway. Alternating reverse lunge. Hold that lunge. Give me a pulse, tricep bend and extend. Last 2. And 1. All right. Going down to 2 weights if you used 1 previously. I'm going to use these 8s. Alternating lateral lunge starting to the right side. Come back to center. Knee drive, candlestick curl. So bring your arms out that diagonal. Left lateral lunge. Bring it center. Left knee drive. Candlestick curl. We're going back to that theme today. with that knee drive. If it doesn't suit you in this move, you can always take it out. In that lateral lunge, glide those weights down, your bent knee. Keep it going. As you step that foot back to center, maybe you keep that foot grounded. Maybe you add in a knee drive, a little extra core work. Elbows out to that 90, making a W with your body. Last two. All right, finish up where you're at. All right, round one down. 3 more to go. Let's start to the left side this time. Left lateral lunge, reach down. Come back to center, candlestick with or without the knee drive. And release, right lunge. Come back to center. Candlestick, knee drive. Reset, slow and steady. Now we've got 4 rounds here. Controlling these movements. As you drive your knee up towards your chest, flex your toes. Firing up that lower ab on the same side that you're marching. 10 more seconds. Nice, Amy. Looking so strong. Last 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. All right, we got 2 to go. I know my arms are sore too. All right, let's start to the right side this time. Deep lateral lunge, bring it up. Knee drive, candlestick. Elbows stay close and towards your rib cage. Think about tucking those elbows in. They're glued into that lower rib cage. Palms are facing up in your candlestick curl. Adding a little more biceps because why not? All right, we're halfway. Keep the core engaged. Whether you're adding that knee drive or not, using your inner and outer thighs as you come into that lateral lunge. Last 5. All right, shake it out. 1 more round. Starting to the left. Here we go. Left lunge. Reach down. Knee drive, candlestick curl. Reset. Think slow, controlled movements. If you get the wiggles and wobbles, just come back to your breath. Maybe slowing it down even more. No such thing as too slow when you're working on strength. We've got some mobility here with the knee drives and with these compound moves. Making those muscles work even harder with weights. Last 10. You've got it for 5. That's it, last one. All right, we're gonna grab one weight, preferably heavier, and we just have a forward lunge. Step forward, come back to center, switching sides. Now if this feels too easy, when you hold that forward lunge, give me a front calf raise and lower. Step it back. Forward lunge, maybe you lift that front heel, lower down, adding a little calf focus here. So with our forward lunges, we're getting that quad work, the front of our thighs, chest nice and lifted here. You can add in that calf raise with that front foot as you hold that lunge. Last 7. You've got it for 3. All right, reset. 3 more rounds of this. All right, here we go, starting to the left side. Left forward lunge, maybe hold it, maybe add a calf raise. You choose. Almost there. Whether you're lifting that front foot or not, that back heel stays elevated. Pressing into the ball of your foot for balance. Chest is lifted. You're using your core and your legs to step forward with balance and to step back with control. 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. We've got 2 more rounds to go. We're going to start on that right side again. Here we go, step it forward on the right side. Maybe add that calf raise. Maybe take it out. You can use one weight here at heart center. You can hold that weight long ways or vertical. You can also plant one weight on each shoulder or hold one weight in each hand by your hips. Just like you're holding a suitcase in either hand. Whatever works for you. Alternating forward lunge. Firing up those quads. Chest lifted. Nice and proud chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. 5 more seconds here. Last 2. All right, finish up where you're at. 1 more round. We're going to come onto the floor after this. Here we go. Starting to the left side, left forward lunge. Find one thing to focus on directly in front of you. Try not to lose that gaze. That'll help with balance as you step your foot forward and back. Even more so if you're adding that heel raise in your front foot as you hold that lunge. Keep it going. So close. All right, you got 7 more seconds. You got this, Amy. Last 3, 2. All right. We're going to grab one medium weight. I'm going to start with a 5. Set it up in a bridge stance. Weight between your palms. From here, lift your hips. Reach the arms overhead. Drive that knee into your chest. Single leg knee march with the arms reaching overhead and then framing your knee. Hips stay elevated. So start with a knee march with that weight overhead. See how this feels. If you want to take it up a notch, add that upper crunch, reaching that weight down to frame your knee. Maybe your shin, maybe your ankle. 10 more seconds. Nice, Amy. Stay with it. Alternating knee marches. All right, reset. Lower the hips. Lower the weight. Maybe add those windshield wiper knees side to side. A little lower back release. When you're ready, come back to center. Set it up. Hips lowered, knees to the sky. Here we go. Marching those knees up. Hips can be elevated or on the floor. You can add the upper body crunching, reaching with or without a weight. This is round 2 of 4. Even though we're on the floor, we still have those knee marches. You probably already noticed by now, Amy, but every other move included a knee drive. Keep it going. Alternating, knee lift, foot lowers, switching sides. All right, relax, lower down. Maybe add those knees side to side. Maybe just stay in stillness. Come back to center, left knee, drive it up. Reaching the arms down if you're eyeing in that upper crunch. Maybe trying to reach your hands with or without that weight further towards your toes. If you're in a bridge, maybe lift your hips even higher as you step one foot down and then switching. All right, less than 20 seconds to go. Yes, you can. Finishing round 3 stronger than how you started the first. That's it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Maybe butterfly out your knees this time. All right, set it up. Starting to the right. Here we go. Last round. Make this your best and final round yet. Remembering why you showed up, giving it your all, even when it's hard. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Keep it going. Nice and strong. Almost there. Alternating knee marches with a reach. Holding that bridge or hips lowered for 5. That's 3, 2, last 1. All right, come on up. Let's find a kneeling position. You can always stay standing if you'd like. I'm gonna go heavier. You can go 8s or 12s, what I recommend. We're gonna bring that weight to the left hip. Reach up to the right shoulder. Give me a halo wrap over to the right. So just a wood chop into a halo wrap, alternating directions. This is the whole move. To add some balance and stability, you can widen your knees as wide as your hips, even wider. To add some core challenge, zip your legs together. You want to make it even more challenging. Lift the top shoelace portion of each foot off the floor. Balancing on your knees. Stay with it. Last 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. We're going to start with that weight to our right hip, up to our left shoulder in 3. That's 2. Here we go, round 2. Really reach that weight down past your hip. Up to the opposite shoulder, around just like a beautiful halo. Crossing the front side of your body just like a seatbelt. And then reverse that direction. Keeping your gaze forward, hips are square. Nice, Amy. Way to stay with it. Make any adjustments in your lower body as you need to. All right, 10 more seconds here. Alternating chop to a halo. For 3. That's 2. All right, finish up where you're at. We're bringing that weight over to the right side to begin round 3. Last 2, here we go. Reach it down to the right hip, up to the left shoulder, around your head, across your body to the left. Stay with it. Make sure that you're keeping your hips stable. Hips directly over your knees. Shoulders directly over your hips. Try not to twist your body even as you rotate that weight behind the nape of your neck and across your body. Everything is still except for your arms. Nice control. Working the deep core here. 7 more seconds. Last 2. All right, finish up where you're at. We're going to start with that weight to the left side. This is it, final round, and then we stretch. All right, weight to your left hip. Did we do 4 already? My timer's telling me that we did. I think we did. You're like, please, yes, we did. Oh, really? I'm sorry. Well, let's stay in that smiling stance. Let's bring our hands to our lower back. Press your hips forward, gentle back bend. You can gaze forward or up to the diagonal. Gently come back to center. Cross your right arm across your body for a bicep stretch. Maybe you want to bump the hips side to side if that feels comfortable. And of course, if this is not comfortable on your knees, you can come to standing. Open your arms out to a T, switching sides. Left arm across your body. Open arms out to a T, tricep stretch. For those triceps, that feels like we did an hour ago. Open circle at the wrist, switch sides, left tricep stretch. All right, lower your hands out. We're gonna come back onto our back, find that bridge pose. Walk your heels in towards your hips, reach your right foot to the sky, flex your toes. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, press your right knee away. Allow your knees to fall to the left and then to the right. Come back to center, lift your left foot off the floor. Find your hands behind your left thigh. Pull that left knee in. Release your left foot, release your right foot. Right foot stays planted, left foot to the sky, flex your toes. Left ankle over your right thigh, draw that left knee away. Allow your knees to fall from side to side. Does not matter which direction you start with. Come back to center, lift your right foot, tuck your chin in towards your chest, reach behind your right thigh. Feel the stretch in the outer left hip here. Lower your right foot, lower your left leg, come up to a seated position. We're gonna draw the legs out wide. Stand up nice and tall, both sit bones press into the floor. Walk your hands out in front. Hopefully you don't have weights blocking you. Try to keep a flat back. Gently walk your hands back into center. Inhale, arms overhead. Release your right hand to the inside of your right leg. Deep side bend to the right, gazing under that left armpit. Inhale through center. Left arm to the inside of your left leg. Deep side bend to the left, looking under that right arm. Inhale through center. Draw the soles of your feet together, butterfly out your knees. Stand up nice and tall, maybe flap your butterfly wings. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold forward, elbows press into your knees. Rise up, cross your ankles, coming to a standing position. Feet wider than your hips, heels and toes out. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Fantastic work today. Thank you so much for joining me, Amy.